Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all doing fine. And today we're gonna read the fourth part of Madame Bo-Peep of the Ranches. So let's do this. Don't worry about me, your beastly etiquette. I'm just beginning to live. Don't remind me of anything artificial. If only this air could be bottled. This much alone is worth coming for. Oh, look, there goes a deer. Jackrabbit, said Teddy without turning his head. Could I? Might I drive? Suggested Octavia, panting. With rose tinted cheeks and the eye of an eager child. On one condition. Might I smoke forever? Cried Octavia, taking the lines with solemn joy. How shall I know which way to drive? Keep her so by southeast, and all sails set. You see that black speck on the horizon under that lowermost Gulf cloud. That's a group of live oaks and a landmark. Steer halfway between that and the little hill to the left. I'll recite you the whole code of driving rules for the Texas prayers. Keep the reins from under the horse's feet and swear at them frequent. I'm too happy to swear, Ted. Oh, why do people buy yachts or travel in police cars when a buckboard and a pair of plugs and a spring morning like this can satisfy all desire? Now I'll ask you, protested Teddy, who was futilely streaking match after match on the dashboard. Not to call those denizens of the air plugs they can kick out 100 miles between daylight and dark. At last he succeeded in snatching a light for his cigar from the flame held in the hollow of his hands. Room, said Octavia intensely. That's what produces the effect. I know now what I've wanted. Scope, range, room. Smoking room, said Teddy unsentimentally. I love to smoke in a buckboard. The wind blows the smoke into you and out again. It saves exertion. The two fell so naturally into their all-time good fellowship. That is, that it was only by degrees that the sense of the strangeness of the new relation between them came to be felt. Madama, said Teddy wonderingly, however did you get into your head to cut the crowd and come down here? Is it a fad now among the upper classes to trot off to sheep ranches instead of to Newport? I was broke, Teddy, said Octavia sweetly, with her interest centered upon steering safely between a Spanish dagger plant and a clump of chaparral. Clump of chaparral. I haven't a thing in the world but this ranch, not even any other home to go to. Come now, said Teddy, anxiously, but incredulously. You don't mean it? When my husband, said Octavio with a shy slurring of the word, died 3 months ago, I thought I had a reasonable amount of the world's goods. His works exploded that theory in a 60-minute fully illustrated lecture I took to the ship as a last resort. Do you happen to know of any fashionable capris among the glided youth of Manhattan that induces them to abandon polo and club windows to become managers of ship ranches? It's easily explained in my case, responded Teddy promptly. I had to go to work. I couldn't have earned my board in New York, so I chummed a while with the old Stanford, one of the syndicate that owned the ranch before Colonel B. bought it, and got a place down here. I wasn't manager at first. I jogged around on ponies and studied the business in detail until I got all the points in my head. I saw where it was losing and what the remedies were. And then Stanford put me in charge. I get $100 a month and I earn it. Poor Teddy, said Octave with a smile. You needn't that. I like it. I save half my wages, and I'm as hard as a water plug. It beats polo. Will it furnish bread and tea and jam for another outcast from civilization? The spring shearing, said the manager, just cleaned up a defect in last year's business. Wastefulness and inattention have been the rule heretofore. The autumn clip will leave a small profit over all expenses. Next year there will be jam. When about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the ponies rounded and gentle, brush-covered hail, and then swept like a double cream-colored cyclone upon the ranch the last Sambras. Octavia gave a little cry of delight. A lordly grove of magnificent live oaks cast in an area of grateful, cool shade, whence the ranch had drawn its name, the last sombras of the shadows. The house of red brick, one story, ran low and long beneath the trees. Ran low and long beneath the trees. Along through its middle, driving its six rooms in half, extended a broad, arched passageway, picturesque with flowering cactus and hanging red earthen jars. A gallery, low and broad, encircled the building, once claimed about it, and the adjacent ground was for a space covered with transplanted grass and shrubs. A little lake, long and narrow, glimmered in the sun at the rear. Farther away stood the shacks of the Mexican workers, the corrals, wool sheds, and shearing pans. Shearing pans. To the right lay the low hills, splattered with dark patches of chaparral. To the left, the unbounded green prairie blending against the blue heavens. It's a home, Teddy, said Octavia breathlessly. That's what it is. It's a home. Alright, guys, the story goes on. This probably will consist in. Whoa, that's a long story. Many parts. So, we're gonna continue tomorrow, and thank you for joining me today. See you. Bye.